this transition in the world. But the only thing that I might have added was we've done a lot today because we have our guest is to maybe explain your role. Rather than trying to beat one discussion topic to death for 10 minutes, we had it separated so we could get...
Tell me something. Why'd you want to come to Toastmasters?
I think it's a good organization. It teaches people how to feel more comfortable speaking in a public forum. And I have a lot of opinions I'd like to be able to express at associations, and I'd like to feel more confident doing that.
So what did you think? This is your very first meeting. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. And people were welcoming, they were friendly, they made you feel comfortable, and I actually feel I can do an icebreaker speech now.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention about Toastmasters, or?
It seemed that the long-term members, like 16 to 20 years, you could tell that they had learned so much because their speech was so smooth and everything transitioned very well.
Why did you come this morning? Or, I know Ken has spoken at your...
Well, I came to critique my communication, more knowledge of skills and leadership and communication.
So what did you think about coming to your first Toastmasters meeting?
It was wonderful. I will be back, and I might even bring some more people with me. This is a very, very, very good establishment to take you to another level.
Now, the thing now that you have now learned with the Oz, everyone, because Mike just came from the land of Oz, and it's kind of interesting that we want to move you out of the land of Oz.
Right.
And it's such especially someone like yourself who is a pastor,
A preacher. Yes.
That you don't know those things are happening. And
right.
Unfortunately, here at Toastmasters, we will point that out to you. So what are you kind of looking forward to other than the improvement here at Toastmasters?
Looking for the fellowship, meeting new people, meeting just the fellowship that I will get from coming every second Saturday and the fourth Saturday.
Now, you know this isn't all about speaking.
Right.
As you saw today, because a lot of people think when they come to Toastmasters, you're just coming up, but you're learning different roles. As you saw the 90-second training tip, that you can participate and don't have to have a speech every time you come.
Right. And another thing I learned, the leadership, the leadership role, and I just asked, I think his name is Don. I asked him, I said, will I be doing all of these roles? And I got a little nervous, but that's another tip that will critique my different avenue in my leadership role. So I'm excited.
I have one more question for you, because in the meeting you had said I was going to take a community class.
Yes.
And where were you going to kind of take that? Was that going to be at a college? Or?
Yes, I was thinking about taking a communication class, and I didn't know where to go, but God is awesome. Ken ended up coming to where I chapel at the hospital, and it was God's son, because the following day I was going to one of the college to inquire about a communication class, and now I don't have to go, and now the church is right around the corner from where I live at, so it worked out good.
Well, what do you think the cost of taking that at a college? Now, our estimates is like could be $1,200, as opposed 6 months, maybe $48.
I almost fainted. No, but that was another good thing I thought about. I said, this could be like you said, $1,200 or more. That's a big difference to $48. And I told my wife, I said, honey, this was a godsend. From $1,200 to $48. That is perfect. I can't complain at all. So, thank you.
I was surprised the number of guests that we had. And they came because we went out talking to people about Toastmasters at different clubs. Now we find it's effective. We've been in a newspaper for, I hate to say it, about 2 years. We probably have only got 1 or 2 people come in. But going out talking to organizations, stuff is making a difference. And of course, then we had Ed Pollard that came, and people saw him talk too, and then they said, "God, he's from Toastmasters." And then when somebody else comes up, they say, "Well, you know, we do have a Toastmasters club." It made a big difference.
Now, what made you want to do that? Go out, because you had talked about it before, and to see what made you want to go out, because you're saying it's different groups. It isn't your average group that you're going out to. You're going into somewhat diverse kind of groups. What made you come up with that?
Well, first of all, I was looking for groups. So when you look for something, you see them. They were there all the time. I just never saw them. And then when I started thinking about it, who could we explain this to? Who could use it? Then I started seeing groups. And I'm beginning to see more people too. And more people are interested. It's not like 98% of the people won't speak. 98% of the people have a fear of speaking. But they would like, 98% would like to get over that too. So it's a big audience out there. We just have to get out and let people know it. So that's what we're doing.